Hi. Story time. When I reached my teen years, I began, for some reason, to really enjoy musicals. Every time I watched one, I felt in another world. Then I got gifted Battlefield 4 and forgot all about it. Then, they premiered Hamilton, and I was just excited about the new Star Wars movie. But finally one day I was scrolling through a Last of Us forum as one usually does and found that Ashley Johnson was in another game. And then it hit me. Quite literally. What the hell is this? And why haven't I played it? I bought it, downloaded it, and couldn't get my eyes off for 4 hours. This is why you should give Stray Gods a chance.
I'll embrace the fire as it burns deep inside, bright enough to guide me, an ocean defied. But as I burn, they've all turned away one by one. In the end, am I alone?
To begin, Stray Gods is what you would call a story-driven adventure that looks like a dating sim, but really isn't. I swear. That also happens to be a musical, and a Greek one at that. I see you theater kids, especially the gay ones. This is a genre never seen, or at least that's what I think, so you're welcome to insult me in the comments below. The game is based around choices that develop in different ways, that determine when certain sections of the game are played and your relationship with the characters. Don't expect a Quantic Dream game though. This is no Detroit Become Human. This would be more like Life is Strange. But not this one, the other one. At the beginning you get the choice of a personality trait based on what's basically most high school stereotypes are like. The kick-ass trait. Cool kids with little regard to authority. Clever. Basically the nerds. And finally, charming. Is kind of the one with a lot of empathy. I don't know, okay? There wasn't much of that in my high school, but I guess I'm art kid or something. These will determine your Grace's personality by giving special choices while talking to other characters. Or the ability to flip songs back to your trait color. More on that later. Back to the dating sim part. You do have the option to romance certain characters. These ones being Apollo, god of prophecy.
What the hell is even that?
Persephone, daughter of Demeter. Pan, god of mischief. And Freddy, human Freddy. Such a good and sad friend, this one. Don't go yet, because we haven't explained the greatest mechanic ever. And honestly, the selling point for most. Each song has a special trait thing. There are 3 choices based on the same trait you picked earlier. Every few choruses or so, you get a mood song choice. But this not only changes the lyrics, but determines the music in specific moments. There are like a lot of ramifications that get mixed up. So songs have different endings. If you want to see it this way. Grace is no muse, but a weird DJ who is really into musicals.
I got a real live choir right here. Wanna hear? Testing 1, 2, testing 3. Is this thing on? Are you testing me with your coterie, ogling expectantly? Heads up, wrecking me won't come for free. See, it won't be easy, Persephone, when I use the moves I bring blessedly. Shadows don't scare me, see, I'll survive it. Maybe you wanna do this in private.
You can go back and forth, and make Grace look quite bipolar, and kinda out of tune sometimes. Or you can follow the same color path. In all honesty, try to be free and enjoy, because the 3 paths that follow the same trait are available in soundtrack format, outside of the game, so you may visit anytime. In my opinion, I think the trait implementation was quite clever because they don't depict just how Grace is, but more on what traits she already had, and what she decides to lean on to face the weak. A small counterpoint that this paths have is that, comparing it to other games of the genre, the lack of a skip cutscene button stunts the replayability. It would be an interesting addition to have some of the song trees to see the possible outcomes, like in Detroit Become Human. But I guess you can't ask too much from a smaller studio. Side note, some of the choice trees are available online. For example, this one. Following on this, I loved how they implemented the dialogue, because for once, it says what I'm trying to say, and not some weird stuff that only makes sense in company executives' heads. Let characters be awkward as a trait, and not because you don't know how to write and connect dialogues. As you may have guessed, the voice acting is awesome. Most of the Critical Role cast is here, and they deliver, I dare to say, quite the performance in both the singing and the voice acting department. While it's not the main focus, I really enjoyed the world building. I just wished we could have seen more of it. More so considering the big names that were behind it. The art is quite good, but I wish they spent more time on different poses and expressions. Not a full animation as others may think though, because animation is really expensive. A thing I didn't like was the 3D backgrounds, but that is more a personal taste thing. I really don't want to explain the story of the game, but what can I say is that it has a pretty big theme surrounding being lost and feeling adrift. Not only for the main character, especially on your 20s, but is about understanding that your choices determine its course and that there are things you can't control.
In your heart, we remain. You do not sail in vain. In my heart, you remain. I do not sail in vain.
That was that for the review. Now for those who have played it, or just don't plan on to, let's have some fun. So to spice things up, I decided I was going to do the most Greek thing I could, and just try to date everyone in one playthrough. Or at least get their romance song of each one. Content warning. There are lots of spoilers from this point on, so feel free to click off or move forward with the cards/timestamps to this time. First, I started the playthrough by love bombing Freddy, as one usually does. Then I got Calliope baited, and now she's dead. After that, we get yelled at by the creepy lady and the drip circle. Back in the apartment, we have the tutorial song, where I choose neither, so they don't cancel each other out. Then fast forward, we have our proper first chance with Apollo, and we get our dreams destroyed by a Reddit forum. So I tried these several times and had to ask if there was a way to get Apollo and Persephone both to sing their songs. To be quick, no, there isn't. They do hate each other like that. Or maybe they don't want to share, I don't know. Anyway, we're not missing much there. So we go for Persephone. She challenges us to a rap battle, and we let her win, because I'm chill like that, and not because I'm scared of her. A couple of missions later, we have our first song with Persephone where she just ends up kicking us out. Understandable. Have a great day. But 1 out, 2 to go. Then we have our chance with Pan after some more missions, where we just tell him he is afraid of commitment, as one usually does on the first date. Follow for more life hacks. Then we see a mirror and Freddy.
28 stab wounds.
We go to revive her to the underworld. There we found Calliope and have a heart-to-heart that ends up in a goodbye song. That is actually not a goodbye, cause I'm not done with you, bitch.
Get your ass back here, boy!
And we yank her up to the mortal world, again against her will. This by giving her our experience points and amusing. After that, we have a heart-to-heart, where we try to make it seem like everything is fine, and she hits us with the
Watch this, Lise. You can actually pinpoint the second when his heart rips in half. And now.
I may sound happy, but I'm dying on the inside. So there we go. Almost all the romance songs. Except Apollo. But I'm sure he's a great guy. Pat, 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 pat. There's also the option of breaking up with everybody. So we go ahead and do that, considering we just got lied to, gaslight, and almost stabbed. And we get the I Date Nobody song in a game about the Greek gods, which as you may expect is not that great of a song, and I'm unsure who might have played and gotten it on the first try. Willingly. I'm still sadly surprised to see that a game with such an interesting premise is getting so little reception. So if you have a Prime Gaming subscription, consider giving it a try. Please, for my mental health. So there you have it. See you guys in 2 weeks with the Hidden Roguelites Gems video. And if you want something with a little more violence, you can check out my Chiv 2 and Delta Force videos. Yeah, because it's like all the other videos I have. Arson.